We're going to be hopping over to the Arabic, and we're going to be doing a parallel study. So everything we studied in English, now we're just going to be doing the Arabic versions.
Okay.
Sounds good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so do you remember where we started with our English study?
We started by looking at our two types of sentences.
And the first one we looked at was?
Action sentences?
Right, action sentences. And quick refresher, remind me what the parts of an action sentence are.
Action, doer, receiver.
Yeah, action, and then doer, the one doing the action. And then the receiver, which was?
On the receiving end of the action.
Yeah, the thing on the receiving end of the action. Okay, so quick look at some sentences. We've done this a lot of times, so it should be easy peasy. So work me through these real quick.
Wait, I thought we were going to do Arabic.
We are. It's all going to tie together. It's going to transition in. So
Okay.
it's quick.
She hates pizza. Action sentence. Hates is the action. She is the doer. Pizza is receiver. Adam spoils his children. Spoils is your action. Adam is the doer. His children is receiver. Americans watch football. Watch is your action. Americans is your doer. And football is your receiver.
Good. So tell me how you were able to work through that. How were you able to figure out what your parts were?
Just by the meaning. You know what it means. You know who's doing the action. I know what's receiving the action just by the meaning.
You know the meaning. And also, do you notice anything about the sequence of these parts?
Well, we always have doer, action, receiver.
In English, you always have doer, action, receiver, right? The sequence is set, right? But that's not going to be the case in Arabic, right? That's not always going to be the case in Arabic.
So, I have a question.
Yeah.
If we don't have a set sequence in Arabic, then how do we know what word is playing what role?
Well, that's what we're going to be doing, right?
Okay.
So we're going to be figuring out in this lesson how to find the parts of an action sentence, right? Because the methods are a little bit different than they are in English, right? Where you can rely entirely on the sequence. Okay. So we have our same parts, right? The concept is still the same. Your action sentence, action, doer, receiver. Just that the way we find these parts is going to be a little bit different. So as far as the action goes in Arabic, the action is always going to be first.
Okay, so there is some sequence.
Yeah, right? There is some sequence, right? So the action is always going to be first, but that's the only place where you can rely on sequence because the spot of the doer and the receiver are actually interchangeable.
Okay.
Right? They're actually interchangeable. So, action is going to be first, but doer and receiver, you can't rely on sequence because their spots, they can switch spots, right?
Okay.
So the method we're going to be using to find the doer and the receiver is what we call the label method.
Label method.
Label method, yes. So you'll see these little labels appearing on the end of the word, and it's kind of like a name tag. If you see one of these labels, un, ani, una, atun, stuck to the end of a word, it's like that word is wearing a name tag saying, hey, I'm the doer, right?
Okay.
So it's kind of like a sticker. So un, ani, una, atun, if you see these on the end of a word, it means that it is a doer.
Okay.
Is that clear?
Un, ani, una, atun.
So make sure you have these memorized, right? Get them down really well.
Okay.
Un, ani, una, atun.
Is that the only way to know? To just memorize them?
Yep, you have to memorize them, right? You have to know these labels, and if you see one of these on the end of a word, you know you're looking at a doer. So here's a sample word for you, right? Slabi, run. You see how the un is sitting there at the end of the word?
Okay.
Right? So if we were to see this in a sentence, we'd know, okay, this here is wearing the doer name tag, so it is a doer, right?
Okay.
Same thing, slabirani, right? Your base word is slabir, and you see the ani sitting there at the end of the word. It's kind of like a name tag telling you, I'm a doer, right? Same with this, slabiruna, you see the una, and then atun, you see the atun. All of these stickers tell you that this word is a doer.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
So why do we have 4 of the same name tag?
Right, 4 name tags for the same thing, for doer.
Yeah.
That's a good question, actually. You see how you have these little labels here, standard, pair, plural, right? So you'll use a different name tag depending on the number of the word and sometimes the gender of the word. Right, so if you see an ani at the end of the word, it means that you have 2
Oh, so that's what you mean. That's what pair means.
Yeah,
You
so
have two of something.
if we were to translate this sample word, right, slabirani, what's a slabir?
I don't know.
Should be memorizing your vocab.
Okay.
Slabir is a patient person.
Oh, from sabr.
Yeah, from slabir, right? So a slabir is a patient person. So slabirani would be
Two patient people?
two patient people,
Okay.
right? So if you said two patient people did something, right, then you'd see slabirani.
Okay.
Right, slabiruna, plural, means you have multiple, right, more than three. So slabir is a patient person, so what would slabiruna translate as?
Patient persons or patient people?
Patient people, right, patient people. And then slabiratun, plural, female, would be a bunch of patient
Woman?
women, right, a bunch of patient women. Is that clear?
And so the standard means just one of them, right? So so if we see that means we know that there's only one.
Not necessarily. So standard, notice this is standard and not singular, because standard is kind of the number and gender neutral label, right? So it can be singular, can be plural, right? Can be masculine, can be feminine.
So how do we know?
You know, just based on knowing the word.
So another vocabulary thing then?
Yes, make sure you have your vocab down.
Okay. I gotta work on that.
So is that clear?
Okay. Yeah. I
So,
think so
we understand how to identify a doer.
Yeah, so okay, so can I just recap?
Yes, please.
So in Arabic, in English, we knew how to label our parts because we know the meaning, and also because the sequence is always set. We always have our doer, then our action, then our receiver, right? But in Arabic, we don't have a set sequence, and so the way we know the parts is by name tag stickers.
Yeah, these labels or these stickers
that attach to the ends of words. And the stickers tell us what role it's playing, what part it's playing. And then we have different stickers depending on the number and sometimes the gender of the doer.
Yep, exactly. Good recap.
Okay.
You could be a teacher yourself.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. Okay, so clear on the doer labels?
I think so.
Okay, so identifying the receiver is same deal, right? We identify the receiver also based on labels that go on the end of the word, but obviously the set of receiver labels are different than the set of doer labels, right? So you can differentiate the two. So our receiver labels are en, aini, ina, atin. Try saying that one.
En, aini, ina, atin.
En, aini, ina, atin.
En, aini, ina, atin.
And make sure you have these memorized as well. Right, so it's the same dealio, right? You have, if you see one of these stickers at the end of the word, you know you're looking at a receiver. So slabiran or slabiraini, slabirina, slabiratin. If you see one of these labels, you're looking at a receiver. And then same thing, where you have different labels depending on the number and gender of the word.
Okay.
Is that clear?
Okay. So slabiraini we're still going to translate as two patient people. And slabirina we're still going to translate as patient peoples. And slabiratin is still patient woman.
Yep. Good.
But, okay, I think I got it.
Think you got it? Yeah, once we get into examples, everything will stick and become clearer.
Okay.
Right, so again, action, always the first thing. That's the one place where we can rely on sequence. And then doer will be wearing one of these stickers, un, ani, una, atun, at the end of it. And then receiver will be wearing one of these stickers at the end of it. En, aini, ina, atin. All clear?
Aini, ina, atin. Okay. I think I need some time to memorize these.
Yes, make sure you have them memorized. So we're going to get our chance to get into full sentences. But before we do that, let's make sure you have these, or you can recognize these labels, right, when you see them on a word. So let's do a little bit of label practice. So what you're going to do here is you're going to tell me if this word is wearing a doer sticker or a receiver sticker, and then you're also going to tell me which one it is. Is it the standard sticker, the pair sticker, the plural sticker, or the feminine plural sticker? Okay. Clear on what we're doing?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's look at our first one. Anasa.
Anasa. So Anasa's label is the a at the end. And that's a receiver label.
Good.
And Standard?
Yep, it's the standard receiver label. Standard receiver label. That's some fast memorization there. Okay, number 2, el-kafirati.
So the label is the E at the end. And,
where do you have a E label?
E, it doesn't match with anything.
So, remember, we're not just looking at the haraka at the end, right? If we go back and look at our labels, some of them are made up of letters, right? More than just the haraka. We have letters like ani, una, 2 letters, atun, 2 letters.
Okay.
Same with aini, ina, atin. Right? So make sure you're not looking just at the very last haraka, you're looking at the ending.
Okay. So this is ati.
Yeah, ati.
Which was a receiver label?
Yep, that was a receiver label.
And feminine plural?
Good. It's the feminine plural. Feminine plural. So, okay, number 3, buyutun.
Buyutun. Un is our label.
Un is the label.
And it's a doer label. And standard?
Yep, it was the standard. Right, standard label. Ayatani.
The E. No, it's not the E. We said we have to look at the full ending. So is Ani the label?
Yeah, it's Ani.
And Ani was Ani. Ani was from the doer. And that was dual?
Yeah, it was the pair, right? Ani, the second in the sequence. Ani, una, atun. Okay. Al-kadhibuna.
Al-kadhibuna ends with a fatha, so that is a receiver label that is standard.
So you have your vocab memorized, yeah?
Yeah.
What's the base word here?
Kadhib?
Kadhib, right? Kadhib. So what's extra on this word?
Una.
It's the una, right? It's the una. Remember before you rush to conclusions, right? Make sure you're looking for a full ending, right? Don't just look at the haraka and rush to conclusions. Check for full ending.
Okay.
Okay, so what was una?
Una was ani, una. Una is doer.
Doer label.
And plural.
Yeah, it was the plural. Okay. Mujrimatun.
Mujrimatun. Is our label, and that is a doer.
Tell me what the base word is here.
Mujrim.
Mujrim. So what do we have on top of the base word?
Oh, atun.
Atun. Right, atun.
So atun is our label.
Atun is the label.
And ani, una, atun, that's a doer label. And that is feminine 3+.
Yeah. Feminine plural.
Feminine plural.
Okay. Al-mujrimuna. Or al-mujrimina, sorry.
Al-mujrimina. Al-mujrimina. Okay, I have to look at the full ending. Ina is our ending.
Because our base word is mujrim. So on top of that we have ina.
And then an, aini, ina. Ina is our receiver.
Good.
And plural.
Good. Okay. Yawmaini.
Yawmina.
Look at it carefully.
Yawmaini.
Yawmaini.
Okay. So we have to look at full ending. So the original is Yawm. Aini is our label. And an, aini, ina, atin. Aini is receiver. And it is dual.
Good. So see how important it is both to have your vocab memorized and to have your labels memorized.
Yeah.
Right, so you can, if you have your chants memorized, ani, una, atun, an, aini, ina, atin, you can just run through them, right? And you can find your labels. And then having your vocab memorized helps you find the base word, right? You know what the base word is, then it'll be easy to know what label you have attached to the base word. Is that clear? So do I have a promise from you to do your vocab?
Yes.
Memorize your charts?
Yes.
Okay.
What are we doing on the extra line at the end there?
So we'll be actually translating these words here. And when we translate, make sure you take the number and gender into account.
Okay.
Right, so An-nasa.
Okay, so meant singular. So
Doesn't necessarily mean singular. Right, it's just their standard label.
Okay. Standard is number gender neutral.
Right.
Can be anything.
And we know An-nas means
People?
People, right? Nas means people, so that's not singular, right? Even though we have a standard label, right? Because standard doesn't necessarily mean singular.
Okay.
So nas means people, so we're just going to translate it as
People.
people. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Number 2, al-kafirati. What's a kafir?
Disbeliever.
Disbeliever. And then how are we going to incorporate the number gender?
Because this is feminine plural, so are we going to say disbelieving women?
Yeah, so
Is
it's
that what
disbelieving. Yeah. Disbelieving woman. Excuse the handwriting there. Okay, buyutun. What's buyut?
So houses?
Yeah, houses, right? Houses. And so we're just going to translate this as
Houses.
houses.
Wait, because standard doesn't mean singular, standard just means neutral.
Yeah, standard is number neutral,
Okay.
right? So it's houses. And you know that because you memorized your vocab, right? Baytun, buyutun.
Yes.
Ayatani.
Ani was 2, and aya means verse or sign.
Yeah, sign.
So 2 signs?
Yep, 2 signs. Good. Let's look at the next one. Al-kadhibuna.
And kadhibuna, kadhib is liar,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's liars because
Yeah.
we said this is plural.
It's plural, right? So, good. We know our base word, kadhib, liar, and then plural makes it liars.
Okay.
Mujrimatun.
The mujrim is criminal,
Mm-hmm.
and mujrimatun is feminine plural, so female criminals or
Yeah. We could say criminal,
woman.
woman, or criminal, whatever, feminine, however you want to do that, as long as you express the number somehow and gender somehow. Okay, al-mujrimina.
Al-mujrimina, that was, again, it's criminal, but it's plural, so criminals, just criminals.
Yeah, it's just criminals. Okay, last one.
Yawmaini. Yom means day, and we
Mm-hmm.
said that this was dual, so 2 days?
2 days.
2
Good.
days.
2 days. Is it clear now that we've kind of gone through some examples?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll get to, inshallah, next lesson, we'll get to actually work through full sentences, but we wanted to make sure first that your labels are solid.
Okay.